I can finally breathe. What's wrong? You got asthma or something? It's alright, there's no need for concern. Lady Laura gets like this whenever she has to deal with formal situations. That's not ideal. You're one to talk. You've been waiting outside the whole time, just idling by yourself. That's so selfish. Cut him some slack, Laura. Minoth had good reason not to go, especially when his least favorite individual was attending. Least favorite... Wait, you mean Amalthus, don't you? I'm sorry, I didn't... It's fine. I'm a coward, I admit it. We should endeavor to make sure that Minoth steers well clear of the Quester in the future. So Adam, what's our next course of action? We may have warned them in time, but there's no telling when Malos might launch his attack. Indeed. We can start by taking a stroll around the city and seeing what the residents have to say. You can't be serious. Malos is virtually breathing down our necks and you want to waste time catching up? That is not what it is. We'd get to learn the lay of the land too. And we'd get an idea of the overall mood. He's right. Establishing a good rapport with the residents will give us an edge when the time comes. Perhaps the Aegis feels that she can handle the situation all on her own? Fine, whatever. You all know better than me, so go on ahead. Bunch of bullies. We're not saying it to be mean, Mithra. We all have to make concessions, and I think even you understand that now. You've really matured, you know? Am I supposed to take that as a compliment? You should. Adam's been looking out for you this whole time. You know he's being honest. Agreed. You should take his praise at face value. Now, let's set to exploring the city. Plenty of atmosphere to soak up. One step ahead of you, Hugo, old buddy, old pal. You see that Oresco takes up half of the community menu? Yeah, it's quite big. There's gonna be a lot going on here. We've got a new recipe, the Quaestor, as I always have to read it. Amalthus's title of Questor is Roman, for someone who is elected to essentially law enforcement. Depending on the era, they were anything from detectives to treasurers to financial auditors to tax collectors. It was the lowest position in the Cursus Honorum, and was necessary to first become that in order to become a politician. Generally, the Questors were often full of people with high aspirations. Had to be that before you could be anything else. I wanted to just go around this garden, this sand garden, ruining it with the prints of my boots. Let's switch to playing as, you know what? I was gonna say Adam though, but we never play as Hugo. We don't do it nearly enough, and I've spent so much praise of how good of an addition he is to the party. So let's play as him for a bit. Now the median gate is open. So, I want to point out that if this is the main gate, and this is the median gate, does that mean the last one is the mode gate? Been waiting over a year to make that joke! This is what I have. So, I'd like to point out to you that if I look at my map, if I swivel around the compass all over the place, there is no story objective. None whatsoever. And I'd also like to point out to you, I've done every quest in every area that we've been to. Every single one. And despite all of that preparation, I have still hit a wall where without community, level 2, we cannot progress with the story. Doesn't matter how diligent you are, you will hit these walls. Good travelers, can I ask you something? I'm not sure if you've noticed, but the lantern at the side of the gate has gone out. Doesn't that bother you? I would tell you that you're overreacting, but it bothers me right now while I'm recording this that there is a light burnt out in my hallway. It does! Right? Like, what's the point of it even being there? I've been hopeful to get it repaired, actually. See, I'm supposed to monitor the area, so I can't afford to leave my station, not even for a second. As for the guy next to me, well, he's my brother. But for reasons I'd prefer not to go into, I'd rather not ask him. You can talk to him if you want. He'll soon understand. In any case, I've got to do my duty and keep watch over this place. I'm stuck at my post, lantern's out of reach. But you've probably guessed where this is going. Think you could light up my life a little. Lighting the way.
We couldn't very well leave it alone, could we?
By the way, it's pronounced Chalcedony, not Chalcedony. For once, I actually know how to say a name that isn't voiced. My skin's all rough today. I must not have had enough sleep. What do you think? Of course, the body doesn't just take care of itself, and it's tough to get the stuff for that around here. Drivers can give themselves a boost with accessories, blaze box cores, right? They all have their own particular effects. Like some are restorative, some are offensive, some defensive. Torna's a bit behind the times if you ask me. Uriah's where it's at right now for grooming technology. I'd like to hear this thing. I hear there's this thing that works directly on the cells to make them lustrous and moist. I'd love to try it. It's called getting a facial, buddy. You just sit in a dark room with relaxing ambiance, people rub goop all over your face for 2 hours, and then they come at you with sharp instruments that really freaking hurt. It's great. I love it. So, let's switch things to nighttime. We hardly ever play at night, just kind of a consequence of the campsites always spawning you in the AM. So there we can see what these lanterns normally look like. Tornans are all ahead on that technology after an old machine. Fun? And a treasure trove. I'm not gonna be able to get that for a while. Remember that that's there though, it's quite important. That's all it took. That's all it took. Oh, you just want to talk to us again. I was like, wait, is there more? I saw the whole thing! Awesome work! You've really brightened up my day! That takes care of that matter then, which brings me to the next one. See, there's actually a bunch of lanterns that have broken down around the capital. I happened to notice them while I was on patrol, and it really bugged me. As usual, my brother turned a blind eye to its problem. So, being the model citizen that I am, I thought I'd take the initiative and fix them all myself. Except I haven't been able to yet, not since I've been lumbered with guard duty. I reckon there were about 4 in total. 1 in Formide Shopping Ward, 1 in Fabry Industrial Ward, 1 in Oresco Residential Ward, and the last one was in Orem Storage Ward. If you could nip around, talking about my nipples, boy, it'd be a huge help for me and for the people. So now we get to go exploring the town a little bit, which sounds like a good excuse to talk to some people if they happen to be right in the way. Lantern here. Oh, I can't be a lazy bones. Oh wait, no I can. This is closer. I love being a lazy bones! Playing an MMO with huge cities in it conditions you to do these things.
Must stay vigilant.
My MMO hopper days in my young teen years have never quite grown out of me. It's why I'm so unstable. Anything else in here? Yes, there is one, okay. I just like to be sure because there's so many darn question marks, exclamation points on the map, you never know which one's overlapping with what. Let me talk to you. The city has a long history. Their shops been here more than 300 years. I myself come from 14 generations of craftsmen. We've been building in Torna for a long time. It's a fair old task taking on the weight of that history while adapting to the demands of the time. The city's built on blood, sweat, and tears, more than you know. I get it. They wanted us to be immersed in the world and learn all of the plights of all the different people. I'm certain that's the reason why we have this whole thing that we gotta do every side quest if we want to do certain things. If we want to progress with the story. I understand the reason for it. It is also kind of a nice way to artificially lengthen a little side game like this when other people would just kind of rush through it.
It was a nice change of pace.
So like, I get it. I'm not gonna say that it's outright inherently a bad thing. It's just, when you're doing every single side quest along the way, as I am wont to do, and they're still telling you, hey, you need to do 3 more side quests, you weren't doing enough. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth, and that's kind of why I felt so weird about it, because I do everything in games, and yet I still don't do good enough for this one's standards. God, I think I'm in love. All I do is work in a warehouse. Work, work, work. I never get to do anything fun. I'd like to do something touristy, like go on a shopping spree or visit the park in the middle of the city. The park was designed by a famous gardener. Did you know that? It's supposed to be so beautiful. In the rain right now, I could believe it's a little on the soggy side and not how you'd want to experience it. But on bright and sunny days, I can attest to what you've heard being the truth. Do you... Whoa, he's like breathing down Hugo's neck.
What do you think? Don't all these fish look happy and healthy? Feisty critters, I tell ya. They got it good. I'm even selling fish to the palace now. Considering who my customer is, I really want to provide the best I can. Hey, what do you mean my fish don't look good enough to sell to the palace? See how many big, glossy fish are swimming in the moat? Every one of them started out in these pails.
I was actually clutching my chest while I was doing that and squirming all over the place. Well, anyway, now that that's over, there's some stacked wooden boxes. Oh. Gonna be a while before we get to view that one. Here it is. Another lantern. And Clark. Man, there's really not much to do when you're guarding a warehouse on the edge of the city. Huh? You know the warehouse belongs to the royal palace, right? Don't come any closer or I'll do something. Nah, just kidding. Okay, well, I'm so bored. How about a story to pass the time? This warehouse is actually old, like way old. It's been around for generations. Every once in a while, a rumor goes around that something is buried beneath it, like a treasure maybe? You wouldn't guess that it's that old though, would you? It's been redone so often, it looks like all the other boring buildings. It's amazing how if you live in a place like this, you just think that everything's normal and boring. Grass really is always greener. Hey there, did you miss us? We fixed your faulty lanterns. Remind me why we're the ones running around doing odd jobs for this guy? Let's try to put things into perspective, Mithra. It's for the good of the people. Great, thanks a bunch. He was within earshot, guys. That's a load off my mind. It would have been a while before I could get round to fixing those. Yo, Chelsea. What, bro, what's up? If the lanterns were bothering you so much, why didn't you just ask me? I could have fixed them for you. Nah, I didn't want to have to rely on you this time. I've been relying on you most of my life, ever since Mom went. Quah! Chalcedony! I had to look over at my notes to know how to say that because I already forgot. Have you a minute? Surge! Sorry to barge in, but I've got urgent news to tell you. Chalcedony, you're promoted! Come join the squad! Wait, but what did I do? You went and fixed those lanterns. None of the men in my regiment even took notice of them. Proof enough to show your dedication to bettering the lives of our citizens. Something our squad's severely lacking. That may be so, but it wasn't actually me who repaired them. It was these kind travelers. Is that so? Well then, travelers, how would you like a place in our ranks? Thanks, but no. Very blunt. We may have repaired the lanterns, but Chalcedony here was the one who asked us to fix them. In all honesty, it's him you should be thanking. I couldn't agree more. The lad's more than talented enough to join my team. Are you absolutely sure about this? What? You prefer to stay on guard duty? Didn't you once say it was dull as a sack of grom rice? Come on, Kelsey. This is your big chance. You can't turn down an offer like this. Pro, you're doing it again. Sarge, I'm in. Just so long as you can give me a job I can really sink my teeth into. So there's no shortage of those, believe you me. That's more like it. Do us proud, bro. You can count on it. I like the name Carnelian. It never got said out loud, but that's what the brother's name is. I love that name. Thank you, all of you. Everything's been happening so fast. I never expected any of this. And I just about owe it all to you. Thank you so much. Are you gonna be all right without your brother? Totally. I've been trying to work my way up the ladder for a while now. I don't need him hand-holding me. Oh, I see. Well, if that's what you've decided. It is. Again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. We gain one, but it'll be a while before we can get the other one promoted and get him on our side. Bye, everybody just standing awkward next to Hugo whenever he does anything. Block rate up 2. Wait. Oh, it was the captain being added to our thing. You're Onyx. Not Oinks. Moisturizing bagel. We have a few new recipes. No, let's knock these all out at one time because we're actually about to unlock another one. You are, yes. Before we talk to you, I want to go into this restaurant and just show how delicious all this looks and how much I'd love to hang out and play with. Why are you crying? New customers. Oh, welcome to the best restaurant in the capital, if I do say so myself. Although I have to admit, I've had a bit of a rough time lately and it's affecting my cooking. I'm lucky to have regulars who will gladly eat here all the same, but I don't want them to be satisfied with less. Sorry. Anyway, were you looking to have a meal? I'll cook, but I can't really recommend anything. It's okay, no matter how much you just want to die. You're still a better cook than Mithra. Phew, another day of overfilling my belly. But I'm no done yet. The delicacies and finery of Tornin cooking are just about filling your face. Until I get to savor a legendary dish from that famous chef, my trip can be over. I came all the way from More Ardain to tickle my taste buds with her legendary tastes. I'm gonna get me some of Miss Sorrel's cooking and make this trip worth my time. Bro, take it from me, you might want to run and hide. Back to More Ardain. And no one else here to talk to, okay. Just trying to do everything little by little so that we're not just talking to people. Popolo! Boss's busiest business pawn at market. As far as Secretary Popolo know, he married to work. Must be hard being chairman. Ah, maybe truth is he's working too hard. Popolo wants him to take it easy. Popolo would prefer a normal relationship than marriage to a job. Maybe also holiday. Sorry, just thinking out loud. Anyway, boss trader among traders, no doubt. You always just know somebody's gonna be a villain whenever you hear them talked about like that. Which sucks because I'm married to my work. Morumo, trader chairman. Meme, do not suppose there any chance that friends are mighty heroic warriors. Morumo, in charge of shopping ward, so good judge of character, become kind of second nature. Yes, just as cloudless sky now. Friends just heroes Morumo's searching for. Terrible thing. Gogol's start take up residence in Pilgrim's Springland Pelm. Oasis no more place for resty rest. Makes usual cargo route much times longer. And one thing now very clear. Morumo now on verge of financial meltdown. Friends have no idea how dire straits are for Morumo. So dire, deeply dire. Morumo drowned in pillow and tears at night. Morumo want friends to chase nuisance gogols out of Oasis. We'll drown friends in thank yous of success. But Morumo no hero friends will succeed anyway. It written in script of life. Ah.
You scratch
So this is a repeat playthrough for you as well. An Oasis for all. A lot of quests are required, don't even spawn in before hitting that gate, so it's all just as well that we weren't really doing anything in town before. We want to go back to the Denad Desert, and it's right over by here in that water where we want to go.
What a pleasant stroll.
Right. Where shall we head to next?
Bothers me so much that Quester is spelled Quaestor. I understand that it's a Roman word, and words in, like, other dialects and languages and everything are gonna have different things, but it just bothers me. I didn't spell it that way when taking my notes in world history in high school, I'll tell you that. Wow. It's like something out of a painting. Get back, Laura. I'll clear the way. Someone's eager. Look at you, Jin. Is it just the Gogles keeping a tight formation? We're stronger as a single unit. If you go off on your own, you're leaving yourself wide open. I'll bear that in mind. Glad to hear it. I just don't want to be carrying around dead weight. What he really means is that he doesn't want you to get hurt. Hey, I can speak for myself. Anyway, let's move out. Hugo, Hugo, Hugo. I got my topple art to start off. We are ready to do this. The stage is set and the curtain is up. I'm gonna face you away from Jin as I am a tank and I do that sort of thing. We can topple you, and if we don't get the aggro, we can just Imperial Tether whenever he gets back up. We'll do an aggro up attack. I wanna open up with Earth so that way we can follow up with some fire. Whoa! Launch stone! So like we threw a rock at him or something? That was the effect we went for? Okay, good, he's paying attention to us. Good. A little detail that I didn't notice about Hugo's moveset is that Hugo is, do those arts look familiar? He's got a topple, an AoE aggro up, and that guard attack. He's Poppy Alpha's default moveset. Isn't that kind of cool? He's the exact same arts. The guard shift doesn't work in quite the same way, and of course the animations are gonna be different, but besides that, it's pretty much the same. I just thought that was kind of cool. I didn't notice that on my own, it had to be pointed out to me. It's a cool thing that I like learning. He's basically just a better Poppy Alpha because he's pretty much never dying and he can just do Imperial Tether to lock enemies onto himself for a very small fee. Jin, you go for the Ice 3. Good one. I'll switch into Bridget, get a help of that break. We can topple. Good one. Oh, hi, buddy. You don't matter. Hey, where do you think you're going? Retreating to regroup. I didn't think Gogles were capable of strategic thinking. Jin, they're getting away! It appears someone may be leading them. So what now? I say we go after the leader. Take them out of the picture and the Gogles will be up a creek without a paddle. I agree. They'll be hard pressed to make a comeback after that. Exactly, and I mean, we're all professionals here, right? It's not like they'll give us any trouble. Right. I'm ready whenever you are. They are not getting away this time. I'm starting to wonder if I'll even have to lift my sword. I think you'll find that's my line. All right, then let's focus our efforts on finding the large one. We should be able to reach higher ground from the left-hand side. Oh, hey, an old machine.
Isn't this fun?
I was looking for this before, I didn't find it. Good to be aware of that location. It just spawns you right on top of it. I think we'll head over to camp.
It's a nice change of pace.
Start heading up this way. Desert tonight. Oh, hey, you have something new to say. I think there's still a ton of treasure out here in Denad Desert, just waiting to be found. I've been thinking about hiring an adventurer with a taste for mining to help me find some. You guys had a blade that was good at mining, didn't you? If so, I think you'll be able to find lots of buried treasure. Not just here, but in all sorts of other places too. If I find any treasure before you though, don't think I'm just going to hand it over. Finders keepers, that's just fair. I thought she was gonna be like, hey, I'm looking for a Menoth, wanna trade it for my Eradicate? I'm surprised that there's no such thing as like blade trading with overdrives in this and everything. You'd think there'd be like an NPC somewhere who wants a common blade with a rare skill and they'll only give you this one really good rare blade if you trade them that common blade. I think that could be cool. I thought you were gonna activate a cutscene. I am so sorry. I am not doing my job by activating the Hunter's Chemistry ahead of time. If you look away, I'm gonna make you lock eyes with me with my big, adorable blue eyes. Oh, but fart stench. Okay. I'm gonna switch into Bridget. He's resisting our break a lot. Having the best luck there. He's not higher level than us, so Jin's not getting his bonus effect off. What I could do is go for the Cold Snap, and then Hayes can finish us off with Dead of Winter. It's around this point that I realized something about the battle system that I previously didn't know. Idea levels. They boost elemental damage. They're not actually a thing in this game. Oh, cool, we interrupt a stench. So it's another thing you don't have to worry about. I like the simplification of things, how you spend less time menuing, more time fighting. I like that. We got a break. Okay, come on, there we go. Topple. Aegean does launch, and he didn't get it. Oh no, there he goes. And smash! Wow, you got a lot of health, bud. I gotta commend you. I'll start with water, because I don't often start with that route, and we can just go Venom Water here. Nope. Aegean, you stink in more ways than one now. Not gonna be able to get to this in time. It's not looking so good. Oh, I can go for Pandemic. I don't get the topple, of course, but I can do this. And of course he gets broken again, so I didn't need to waste my topple. Again, going again, going again, going again, going again. Topple! Good one. Launch! And I guess we can do this. You got a lot of orbs built up on you now.
Witness my royal tumble.
I don't have double fire anymore. I think it's double electric I have, but I'll still go for this anyway, just in case I'm wrong.
Let's get another one in.
No, Adam's Earth now. Okay, good. Haze can finish off that that ice orb. Good one.
This is the part I like most.
Bridget.
Wind Serpent!
Elemental burst. It's not over.
Mithra.
Mithra, take over.
Chromodite.
Magnificent.
I can follow that up. Jin, I'm trusting you.
Zero blade. Magnificent.
Don't expect to recover from this.
Magnificent.
Beltane Blade!
We gonna do it? We gonna do it? We might.
We're not done yet.
Mithra, you do it?
Flash.
I'd like for you. Okay.
Magnificent.
Jin, can you do it?
Elemental
No, you can't! I thought it was gonna be time for our first full burst. It's a lot easier to do full bursts in this by comparison. I'm just gonna do for whatever maximizes damage!
magnificent.
You got a lot of health for a level 35 guy. Look at how high my bonus damage is. I'm up to almost 700%. Jin's not doing his bonus effect on higher leveled enemies with his level 3, so that could be contributing to why I'm not doing as much as I think, but
Finish.
yeah, that was not nearly enough. Okay, oh. Would you shoot a crotch laser at us? Where did that even come from? I'm just learning all sorts of things about Gogol anatomy today. Come out, Bridget. There we go. Topple. Final disaster, go! It's amazing what one's capable of when they do actual blade combo routes.
Final disaster topple.
I don't think you can
Lightspeed Flurry level 5! Yeah!
It was this easy.
Oh, I'm so excitable today. It's great. I got some really good news in my personal life,
Make sure you use it for all it's worth.
which is kind of a rarity these days, as much as I hate to say that. So I now get 60% art special recharge upon landing a critical hit. Parfait. Nothing else. Meme, hero friends took nasty goggles out of picture. That's incredible. Now Morumo have to upgrade hero friend status to hero friends. But there's no time to be celebrating, Popolo. You hear news? Indeed. Popolo set out on double intel every pawn that... Hold thought of Popolo! Meme, boss sharing news himself. So you see, thanks to Hero Friends, is completely safe to use Oasis again. All can rest safe and easy again. Thank you so much. It's been such an inconvenience not being able to peddle our wares. This enormous weight of feathers will never forget kindness of Hero Friends. Huh, it was nothing really. That's our boss. Always finds the best people for the job. Never a truer word was spoken. Business is always thriving with a chairman in charge. You really must drop by at the store sometime. We've saved some of our sweetest, fluffiest potatoes just for you. Oh, please do. We've been dying to show you some of our latest products. Meh, not fair. Not leaving me out. Me want to see as well. Screw it. Count me in too. Meh. Please form orderly line. Well, wow, this place is full to bursting. So it's not just business that is his strong suit. He's something of a local celebrity as well. It warms my heart to see such delight on everyone's faces. Cute. He must know a real kinship with the people, Hugo. It shows. It does? What's on your mind, Minoth? Oh, well, let's just say I don't trust posers. Harsh words coming from the Quester's blade. You can say what you like, but nobody's a perfect picture of virtue. That goes for people and blades. Life's never that straightforward.
Thank you.
I'm just happy we made someone happy.
From that, 2 affinity max barriers and exquisite perfume. Minoth's been telling us for a while that he wanted to find this as it's his favorite item on his affinity chart. So now here comes kind of a lame part. There's not anywhere to set up camp or do crafting inside of Oresco. So we're gonna need to go to the Dana Desert and go to that campsite whenever we want to do this. Yeah, our characters are canonically walking across a desert every time they want to make things, all because we can't let the people in town see us doing it. It's too
I
embarrassing.
always wanted to do this.
All just as well because I'm pretty sure there are so many fireside chats in this game, ones that I'm willing to bet many players have never seen. Maybe if we wander around the capital, we can handle on the problems and concerns of the people. Good idea, Vox Populi. Torna has to celebrate. Torna has to celebrate technology, wealth, peace. Is Vox Populi a European saying that I've never heard of because I'm American, or is it a Xenoblade thing? I don't actually know the answer, but I'm sure that people here are like many other and having many problems, small and large. Yeah, the realities of life are more or less the same wherever you go. I wonder how helpful we can really be. Jin, if people are in need, we should at least try to help them. We still have time before Malos gets here. We should make good use of it. Indeed. Perhaps by aiding the community, we will find allies in unexpected places. There is surely merit in trying, is there not? Maybe you have a point. Crafting time! Mithra has learned how to make the moisturizing bagel. God help us all.
And that's a promise. Maybe I missed a step.
That's everything she can make so far.
I'll base it on that last one.
We already made Beyond Endless Dunes, but now we can make the Quester, giving increased damage dealt by specials and increased affinity gain. I would call this one situationally useful, at least.
Now, who'd make a good lead?
To play a Malthus? Why would you be thinking of that?
A scent
And
that comes
Bridget can
from
make
the
the
heart.
exquisite perfume. Recharges arts by 0.2 per second.
I think I've
I'll make a
done
few of
this.
those just because we got a lot of the ingredients.
There. A cologne to covet.
Exquisite.
Ooh, someone's got good taste. This smell has got my creative juices flowing.
Even would a moisturizing bagel be a bagel that you stick on your face to help with moisturization?
Ah, the wisdom of age.
His next level of entomology just requires collecting stuff 50 times. Chances are you can go around to like 3 different collection points and get this right away, so that's what I'm doing. Oh hey look, an insect nest is the first collection point, and it didn't trigger. Here I was gonna say the skill was just gonna beget itself. Oh look, another insect nest! Hey, that one actually did trigger, yay! Skills do beget themselves! Oh, Smeckle door from above. I didn't know that's what that meant. It means that you need to use a collection point 50 times. Never mind. I thought that just meant collect 50 items. I'm wrong. Okay, I guess we'll do that one gradually. See those fish in the pond? They really did all start from somewhere, just like we heard. I wish I had a great big inspirational speech to give in a moment like this, but I just want to say, if you've made it this far, watching every single episode, thanks so much for your time. Our adventure's coming to a close soon, but we still made it to this landmark before it did. It'll be a while before this record's broken.